Our next presenter is a good friend of mine. Christina McQuinn grew up mostly in Philadelphia and Greece. She originally wanted to be an architect, but life happened, and then after getting a master's in early childhood education, she taught children for 8 years, and now she makes a difference by teaching other early childhood educators. She's going to tell us about Your Brain at Play.
All right, hello everybody. So, okay, everybody make the joke, slow children at play. No, that's not what it's about. It's about imagination and creativity and problem solving, critical thinking, learning executive function and exploration, and all through play, because that's what play builds. It builds the brain. And this is why I got into this. My kids, a long time ago, I was at home with them, an art historian, and playing with them. And who knew that, you know, crawling around on the floor and building with blocks and Legos and Playmobil and running around outside and playing in the castle built their brains, but it did. So fast forward 11 years and I became a preschool teacher. And that was my mantra, because it's the hardest job. But it was really totally fascinating too, because watching these kids, these 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, and what they were able to put together and what they were able to just decipher from their world was amazing. Okay, almost as cute as my kids, almost. But they play, and their play is just as purposeful as human beings, because they are playing to learn how to hunt. So your cat really is planning to kill you. It's true. I'm just saying, it's true. That is what they do. And that's a wild polar bear, and that is a sled dog. He's chained. Now, usually when a hungry polar bear comes up, you're expecting he's looking for lunch. It's just what happens. Not this time. This time the sled dog went into a play bow, and that polar bear and that sled dog played. The polar bear hugged the sled dog bared its throat. Okay, we have slides of the brain. On the left here, I'm left-right challenged. Yeah, that's the newborn, and on the right is a 2-year-old. 700 synapses per second is how the brain is growing. By the age of 3, they have 1,000 trillion brain cells. You've got half that. Those that don't fire die. The brain at play. So the brain is we're all about building the architecture. It starts from the simplest synapses to the most complex synapses. And it is experience that does this. It is interaction that does this. It is play. Play creates the synapses and the framework. This is an adult brain. It is built in layers, as I said, lowest to highest. And with the brain like this, you're flexible. You have your mental acuity, your executive function, your self-regulation. The kids that can't sit still, they're not playing the way they need to be playing. Brains also respond to activity. If you want to build synapses, move. The brain at rest. See how quiet it is? That's what's happening right now to everybody here, except me. Get up and move around, and that's what happens to you. Your brain engages. You suddenly have mental acuity. So when you're working, get up and move if you're getting bored. Okay, toxic stress. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it is horrendous. On the right is a typical 3-year-old who's played and been interacted with. This is a Romanian orphan, laid in a crib. Those black areas of the brain will never go away. That's from malnutrition and neglect and stress. He didn't play very much as a child, apparently. His brain kind of shrank. With malnutrition, the brain is up to a third smaller than it would be normally. Well, apparently Homer ate Doritos a lot. And that's what happens when we sit on the couch all the time. So Britain is way ahead of the US in engaging preschoolers. This is forest school. They take the children out to the forest once a week, and they play in the forest. They take risks. They climb trees. They build a seesaw with a tree and a log. They slide on mudslides. They problem solve, and they think critically, and they interact. This is the play pod. It's a scrap store that they put into, like the stuff that they have sometimes here at Habitat for Humanity. And the kids can create all of these open-ended play scenarios just with the junk that they have. And it engages their brains, and they go back into class, and behaviors are great. They don't need toys to play. They can just experiment with their bodies and run around and be crazy like my son used to do all the darn time. But look at their faces. Look at the joy on their faces. Look at the interaction that they're creating there. It is creating their personalities, creating their brains. Here, too, these little girls, they're taking some risks there. I remember telling my preschoolers not to put more than 2 people on the swing at once. But here we've got 4. But look at that. They are cooperating. They are creating relationships and building their brains with the play. Preschool classroom. Note to everybody who has a preschooler, watch what you say because it's going to come out here. This is dramatic play, and you would not believe the things the preschool teachers hear those children say. Oh my gosh, it was horrifying. But they are experimenting with role play. They are creating all sorts of scenarios. I mean, look here. You've got one little girl pretending to be a little dog, right? And a vet. Same thing, though. They are understanding their world through play. It's how play builds the brain. And it's taking a little longer, sorry. Okay, who wouldn't want to work here? I do. Get to slide down to lunch. That'd be pretty cool, huh? And it's several stories tall. That's Google. They know how to do it right. So they understand that play builds creativity. One reason creativity is being educated out of our kids is because kids don't have free play anymore in school. They even have game rooms where people can play and get back their creativity, take a break, interact, move around. They've got game rooms, they've got bicycles on the Google campuses, all of that to help build the brain, because again, we can build synapses. Because if you don't play, this is what happens. The fact is, play deficits cause serial killers. Believe it or not. Stuart Brown has done the research. It's there. It causes serial killers. And as we all know, all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. Thank you.